Hello everybody! So yay, my first tag video! Miss Glamorazzi posted one of these. She's somebody I've been watching for a little bit here, and one of the people that kind of inspired me to get started, I guess, with my own little videos, and she posted one called Sweater Wether that I thought I would give a try and do before we completely lose fall here in Minnesota. We've already had our first snowfall. It was both beautiful and sad at the same time. Anyway, we'll get started with that. So the first question will be your favorite candle scent. And that one I had in my October favorites. It's the Leaves candle. I love that candle so much. I always try and stock up on them. I use the little wallflowers, put them all over the apartment, make my home smell like a big, yummy, appley, cinnamony fall yumminess. I love that candle so much. That's got to be my favorite. Question number 2 is coffee, tea, or hot chocolate? Out of those 3, probably hot chocolate. I've always loved hot chocolate. And next would probably be tea. I'm not a huge coffee drinker. I do drink it, especially more since I've been with Mike, but I have to put so much creamer in my coffee that I don't drink it as often. But yeah, definitely probably hot chocolate out of those. Yay! Number 3 is, what's the best fall memory you have? I have a lot of them, but and this one is probably also just a combined, just every year, I guess, was Halloween with my family. When I was younger, we had this older house in my hometown, and it had this big front porch that was completely enclosed. It wasn't really like well, I guess maybe it was like a 3-season porch. I don't know. It wasn't really warm in the winter or anything like that, but it was all enclosed and had a whole bunch of windows. And my dad and my mom would take black tarp and cover all of the windows up and put them down on the ground so everything was basically blacked out. Then they would pull leaves in from outside, and they'd make a graveyard in our front porch. And they had tombstones that they had made with like Harry Houdini with like leave a candle in the window, I'll be back on Halloween. And Jason from, what was it, all the Halloween movies? I don't really watch horror movies. And Dracula and just all these different horror movies and or Halloween type people. And my mom would always make a cheesecloth ghost and hang it over one of the gravestones. And we did always put a candle in the window on Halloween for Harry Houdini. And I had a little black stuffed cat that my dad would suspend from the ceiling with on a little broom on fishing wire, so it looked like it was flying, and usually the candy was in a cauldron, and it just looked so cool. So just my parents decorating, and we would help, of course, a little bit. We would pull in leaves and stuff, but that was kind of their thing. And cobwebs everywhere, and my mom would usually dress up to hand out candy, and my dad would take us out, they switched off too. But also just the costumes that my brother and sister and I had that my parents made. Usually they were coordinating. Like my brother and I were Raggedy Ann and Andy and Minnie and Mickey Mouse and a red and a blue crayon, I think, one year. And then when Nikki was born, we started throwing her into the mix, and we were the Power Rangers. And I remember also just when I was 5, I think I was April O'Neil from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and my brother was Leonardo, and his costume was so cool. Mine was awesome too. My dad made me a camera out of a cereal box when he painted it, and just every costume we had was just epic. Even when we got older, they helped put together costumes for us that were just epically amazing and completely handmade, and my parents are awesome, and I'm so glad that I have those memories from my childhood of these fantastic Halloweens, and that's probably why I love Halloween so much. So now that I've rambled on that question, we'll move on. 4, what makeup trend do you prefer? Dark lips or winged eyeliner? I think my thing's cut off, but or winged eyeliner. I really like them both. I love kind of red lips and crimson lips, but I don't wear it very often. I probably wear winged eyeliner more. So I do like them both, but probably winged eyeliner. I also have little stubby lashes no matter what I do, so it kind of at least gives me some more definition when I do that. So yeah, probably more towards winged eyeliner, but I do like the dark lips as well. Cheater answer. Best fragrance for the fall. Now, while I'm completely in love with the new Bath and Body Works scent, the Forever Midnight, and I've been wearing that nonstop, I do have to go back to my old favorite that isn't also Bath and Body Works scent, although you can't get it anymore. You can get like the lotion and the shower gel and the body cream and the body spray online, but you can't get the EDT anymore. And that's the brown sugar and fig. Yes, I have an old bottle. I actually also have a completely unopened bottle because I'm savoring this. This was my favorite scent. I wore it all the time, and it's just very warm and comforting, and it's just, now it's more of a fall scent than an everyday scent like it used to be for me. But even just the kind of the packaging with the, I've got a candle going here with the kind of pinky brown is just fall-like, and it's, if you never smelled it, it sounds like it might smell kind of weird, but it's warm and sweet and feminine, and it's youthful without being too young, and I loved it, and I was devastated when they discontinued it. But luckily, I still have quite a bit left over, but this has to be probably my favorite fall scent out of everything that I own, even though I'm not really wearing it all the time. So then my favorite Thanksgiving food. I love mashed potatoes so much. It's my comfort food, so I probably have to say just mashed potatoes, period. Although sweet potatoes as well, with like the marshmallows and the brown sugar, so where it's just completely covered in candy, that's in a very close second. But usually my plate is just a ton of different kinds of potatoes and a little bit of turkey, although right now I'm a vegetarian. We switched over to be vegetarian, so I don't know what I'm going to eat for Thanksgiving. Probably a lot of mashed potatoes. Yeah. So then, what is autumn like where you live? That's number 7. Autumn's very short here. At least it has been these past few years. It seems like summer takes forever to get here, and then when it does, it lasts about 2 months maybe or something, and maybe it extends a little bit into October. We were having 80s, I think, into October, and then all of a sudden it was just down. We had like 2 weeks of 60s, and now it's 40s. It's ridiculous. But those 2 weeks or whatever, maybe that was just this year, maybe it'll get a little bit, it's early November, so we still have time to have an actual fall, but it's like 40 degrees outside. It's kind of cold. But yeah, usually it's cold when it's that beautiful 60s. It is crisp, and it can be beautiful and sunny, and with the leaves changing, it's just that quintessential what you think of when you see a picture of autumn. It's that, and I love that for the tiny amount of time that it lasts. It's just my favorite thing ever. It doesn't really last that long in Minnesota, and I know pretty darn sure soon we're gonna have like 6 feet of snow outside, because that's just the way things go here. Is number 8 your most worn sweater? Probably my most worn sweater. I grabbed it. It's probably this one, and it's not even that old. And Janelle, I don't know if you watch this. You might not with your beautiful little boy that you have, but remember this? You made me buy this. I got this from Vanity. My friend that I was talking about, Janelle, worked there, and every time I went to say hi, she would convince me to buy something. But it's this really nice, it's kind of almost a dress. It goes to probably my mid-thigh, so it's long enough that I can wear leggings and still be appropriate with it, but it's just kind of got that little cable knit design, and it's pink and maroon, which is kind of a weird combination, but when you kind of put it together like this, it's really pretty, and I like it. I like how pink clashes with red hair. It's got to be a certain kind of pink, but I do like the clash of pink and red. So, and it can be both just kind of a scrunchy neck, and it can also be worn off the shoulders if you wanted to. I really love this sweater. It's probably my favorite. It's not as warm as it looks like it would be, but it is still warm enough, and I like it. I've had to fix it once. It came undone at the bottom. I had to sew it, so that shows you how much I love it because I fixed it. So that would probably be my favorite Snuggly sweater that I have. And number 9 is must-have nail polish for the fall. I don't necessarily wear, well, for one thing, all my nails broke from my last video. They all just broke right off. I think I actually just clipped one because it was the last one left, and I said, screw it, I'm going to start all over again. I used to bite my nails, and I cannot get them to grow So right now I'm not wearing anything, but I'm really warm, so I keep touching my face. Um, but probably it's the one that I showed in my last favorites, a dark, dark, dark crimson. Even though I don't really necessarily wear nail polishes for the season, I usually wear this sometime around Halloween because it's kind of vampy. And it's really dark and pretty and just that kind of quintessential fall, lovely wine color. I really like it. It's the Sally Hansen Brilliant Bordeaux. That would be my favorite. And then number 10 is football games or jumping in leaf piles. When I was younger, jumping in leaf piles, definitely. I didn't understand football. I didn't get it. I watched it with my dad. I go to Badger games. I'm originally from Wisconsin. Go Badgers. Originally from Wisconsin, went to Badger games with my dad since I was a baby. Didn't understand it until I finally one day turned to him or I think it was in college, and went, "So can you explain what's going on down here? I understand that when they get the ball down there, that's a touchdown, but anything else I don't get." Um, so then he finally explained it to me, and I started getting more into football, and so now I definitely have to say football games when it's my teams. So I love watching the Badgers. I love watching the Packers. I watch the Vikings because I'm marrying a Viking person. And do that sympathetically. I love you, babe, of course. Yay, touchdown. For them. But yeah, so definitely now football game. But when I was younger, jumping in leaf piles. And I would probably not say no to jumping in a leaf pile at my adult stage. 11 is skinny jeans or leggings. I like both, but definitely skinny jeans because you don't break any social faux pas with skinny jeans necessarily, unless they're too low and you're showing your crack. Because with leggings, I love leggings, but I think you gotta be careful when you wear them because you just have to make sure that your bum isn't showing, that they're not completely see-through. If they are see-through, wearing them as tights so everything is covered is the way to go. I need a good pair. The ones that I have right now are definitely, I wear them as tights because you can just see everything if I don't. But dang, they're comfortable. They're so much more comfortable than jeans. But I'm definitely, out of these two right now, skinny jeans, because can't go wrong with them. Number 12 is combat boots or Uggs. Out of those two choices, neither. I don't have either. I don't wear combat boots and I don't have any Uggs. Uggs look really comfortable, but I just wear plain boots. I have like several boots in different stages of heel, even though I'm very bad at walking in heels. So just plain old boots, not combat boots, not Uggs, just boots. Plain old black, go up to your knee boots. Ouch, I just hurt my hand. In case anybody is seeing me wave my hand and seeing something on my hand, just so you know, I lacerated my hand, literally. Is that the right word? Is it a laceration? I'll have to look that up. But I was trying actually to depot and save this candle that I got. It broke, and I had one. The wax was fine. It was just the glass. And I had one that was a candle that was almost done. So I burned that one up, and I put it in the freezer to shrink the wax, and I got the wax out of the candle holder itself. And then I just kind of had some glass that was broken around the bottom. I threw that in the freezer, and I came home from work, and I was just trying to pry it up because it should have been easy. Just a little bit of pressure, pops right off, can put it away, put the glass in the trash, all good and done. There's adhesive on the bottom of the wicks, which I didn't really know about. Makes sense, but I didn't know it. And when I was trying to pry it, it took a little bit more pressure than I needed, and I pried it, and my hand slipped and sliced right open on the broken glass. I have 5 stitches. It's doing real well. I'm just kind of letting it breathe right now, but that's what that's about. My very first stitches. I'm in my late 20s, and my very first stitches. So there will be a Band-Aid on it later. I'm just letting it air out, but I definitely just smacked it on my leg. So that was my great adventure for the week. So where was I? Going back to, I am on question 13. Is pumpkin spice worth the hype? Yes. I like it a lot. Are we talking about just plain old pumpkin spice, or are we talking about pumpkin spice lattes? Although I love them both. I had not had a pumpkin spice latte for years. I hadn't tried one. Just everyone was raving about them, and I just had never tried them because it's coffee and I wasn't a big coffee person. And now that I can drink coffee, a few years ago I tried one, and it's really good. I get why people love them. I don't quite get the like mass hysteria with them, but I get why they're good. But is pumpkin spice in its of itself worth the hype? Yeah, because it really only comes around once a year. So yeah, it's worth the hype. Yeah, definitely. Sure, we'll say yes. 14. Favorite fall TV show? I love The Big Bang Theory. It is probably my favorite TV show, not of all times, but my favorite TV show right now. Love Big Bang Theory. My fiance is okay with it, and he likes it, but it's not his thing. But yeah, I love The Big Bang Theory. So excited when it restarted. Castle is another one that Mike and I watched together, and How I Met Your Mother is another one that we're really, really into. But as far as new TV shows go, this is kind of a guilty pleasure one, I guess, because it would be Dracula. And it's one of those shows I had dinner with my friend, and she asked me she actually played Mina when I played Lucy, if I had watched it and how I liked, and did I like it? And I went, yes. And she said, that's my thought too, because it's fun, and I almost want to say bad to the point of being good, but it's not bad because it's well acted, and it's just interesting, and it's different, and there are some things that I'm going, what are you doing? And then some things that I go, that's really interesting. That's cool. Let's see where they go with this. So it's total guilty pleasure, and it's also just sexy and naughty. So probably my favorite new TV show. I'm thumbs upping a lot. I don't know why I'm doing that. I guess it's a thumbs up day. Maybe it's because it doesn't hurt my hand as much to do that. So last and not least, this one was one I actually had to think about a lot when I read the list, because it's what song really gets you into the fall spirit? And I don't know what that would be. I can't really think of a song that's fall. The first one that popped into my head was probably from The Nightmare Before Christmas, the This Is Halloween song, because it's Halloween, and it's fun, and I love that movie, even though it's also kind of a Christmas movie. It's one of those weird ones that just falls right in between. I guess This Is Halloween. We'll say that. So on that incredibly, I don't know, note, that's the end of the tag. So I will tag anybody who's watching my videos, any of you that might be out there. If you want to do this, go ahead and do it. It's fun. I'll put all the questions down below in the info box. And if you want to give me a thumbs up or subscribe, that would be fantastic. Write me a comment if you don't feel like doing a video, but you want to say, hey, I have a cool fall memory. I was also April O'Neil for Halloween. I don't know. Anything you want to share. I love talking to people. I love meeting people. I love, even if it is through a computer screen. So I hope you guys are having a fantastic fall. Hopefully, please, gods of Minnesota weather, let it last just a little bit longer, please. So anyway, I hope you're having a fantastic time, and I will see you later. Bye.